Hey, Shackers! It's time for another episode of This Week in Switch 2. 2 episodes, 1 week, one big-ass Nintendo Direct. It was an hour long, so we had to assemble our esteemed panel of people talking about Nintendo. I have my usual co-host, Donovan Erskine, our news editor here.
Look,
Hey. We have Ozzy Mejia, senior editor here at Shacknews.
Hello.
And we have senior news editor TJ Denzer here. Also the person who named the podcast.
Hello.
I think when we introduce you, we're going to have to mention that every time. It's like a bona fide... It's like, like Miyamoto is Mario's dad. Like, you're kind of This Week in Switch 2's dad. So
We're pretty good idea guys sometimes.
For some reason, my Mac is showing my like the... Oh, there we go. I minimized it. It was showing the... It's a shit show. Whatever. This episode is held together with duct tape and bubble gum and
whatever that
boys.
cardboard stuff they're using for the Virtual Boy is.
Whatever. It was leftover Labo parts, I believe. So yeah, I'm Asif Khan, CEO, Editor-in-Chief, EIEIO, which stands for Extremely Intelligent Extreme Intelligence Officer, which is not a made-up term. It's actually real, and it's designed to increase our valuation here at Shacknews, and it's working. Definitely working. So you'll notice, you might be looking at me from a different perspective this week. I'm trying to fix my audio settings in real time here, but please understand if there are still some digital hiss to this video. Yeah, let's get into it. This is our Nintendo Direct reaction episode. This is the largest Nintendo Direct that isn't related to a platform launch in the history of the company. Yeah. It was an hour long. 15 minutes of it, I believe, was dedicated to the Mario 40th anniversary. And then the rest was a whole bunch of stuff. So let's start with the Mario stuff, and then we'll go from there, I think. We got our first look at the new Mario movie. And it's called the Super Mario Galaxy movie. So yeah, that's exciting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was one that we had just gotten tipped off to 24 hours ago because, NBC Universal files the trademark. And then, we get the official look this morning.
I think they also registered some URLs.
Yeah, I think that's what it was the website. It was Super Mario Galaxy .movie or whatever, like a promo website. And then we got the very brief teaser trailer. No real story in there, but we get that beautiful shot of Mario sitting on the hill. We follow the butterfly up into space. Then we get the logo, which looks pretty sweet. And that's coming soon. That's in the spring, so within the first half of next year.
So then, April, after that, Miyamoto's still there. Throws it to Chris Melandri, and they confirm that Chris Pratt's coming back, and Anya Taylor-Joy's coming back, and Keegan-Michael Key, Jack Black, and the voice of Kamek. Sorry, I'm blanking on his name.
Kevin Michael Richardson.
There you go.
No Seth Rogen. No Donkey Kong this time around.
It's a good point. They didn't mention him. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Yeah.
2 thumbs up from me because he's the worst voice actor in the entire cast.
Well, you're gonna get a whole movie of him. That's why he's not there.
I know. I think that's what's happening here. Is Galaxy doesn't have Donkey Kong in it. Galaxy has Rosalina, Luma, and Yoshi. If we're talking
Kongs don't go to space. That's just silly.
I mean,
DK Spaceport though.
That's a very good point.
They discovered space travel at some point.
So yeah, no Seth Rogen at least confirmed yet. I feel like this isn't the last time we're going to hear about this movie before it launches. So
I bet he has a cameo, which they wouldn't have announced at this point. There could be a 2-minute scene with him that tease up whatever's going to happen in the Donkey Kong movie, and that wouldn't warrant them announcing him as a cast member if it's going to be a reduced role like that. But that'd be my bet.
If they don't include the Seth Rogen laugh, this movie's already better than the first one.
I was going to say, it's a 2-minute Seth Rogen laugh.
Oh, God.
If we can avoid Seth Rogen being involved in this, that would be grand, in my opinion. But yeah, I don't know. There's not a whole lot there to really opine on, other than it looks like it's the same art style and models from the first movie, which I thought were beautiful and looked great. So I'm not mad about that. Looks like the same Mushroom Kingdom. But obviously we're going to space. So
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting. Like, what exactly does that mean? The big question, I think, Ozzy, we're going to kind of tease this for next week's Shack Chat. Uh, who's going to voice Rosalina? Because that was not announced today.
I'm personally surprised that they're going this quickly on this, and we're already moving to Galaxy, because, spoiler for anybody that didn't watch the first movie, the big teaser was Yoshi, and we haven't even gotten to Yoshi yet. Like, we skipped ahead from Yoshi to already going into space.
Well, yes, in that, like, there was a rumor, and there was a press release from NBC Universal that called the movie Super Mario World, and obviously that's where Yoshi was introduced to the franchise. So it did seem like we were going to get that. Yoshi was teased multiple times in the first movie, Ozzy. There was the Yoshi Stampede, right?
I remember the Yoshi Stampede, yeah.
Which is obviously a reference to Smash, but also, an acknowledgement that the Yoshis live in that universe. And then at the very end, that egg that was in whatever the depths of the sewers in Brooklyn, we did get that tease. So interesting that they're moving straight to Galaxy here. I hope that this is just a sign that they're going to jump around the timeline at this point. Like, maybe it doesn't necessarily... Like, maybe this is the same Mario from the previous movie, and that was an origin story for this Mario. But it doesn't mean, like, we're not going to have other stories told. Like, it does feel like we jumped past Super Mario 2, Super Mario 3, and Super Mario World, and Super Mario 64. So that's and Sunshine. That's a lot of jumping ahead.
Bouncing around. We'll probably hit Wonder, like, somewhere down the road too.
God, what do you think? What do you think? Do you think we see Elephant Mario in this movie?
I don't know. I'm thinking more like, do we see the talking flower?
Yeah, that's true, because they're selling it. Not to jump ahead in the direct, but I think we're gonna have to.
Characters that Nintendo has had. That stupid flower.
I liked the flower.
Flower annoys the hell out of me.
I know, but it's hilarious when they die. Like, there's a couple of times where, like, you hit a P switch or something while you're playing, and they just fall to their death, and they're like, ah! So, like, they're annoying, but you also get to kill them in the Mario Wonder game, which I thought was amusing. Especially because, like, it's on, like, one of the Bowser levels, TJ, where, like, there's just acid underneath. So you know for a fact that flower guy definitely died.
Yeah.
So at least, like, one or two of them die in the game. But yeah, I do think that was definitely like a, that's weird kind of announcement. We got like, before we jump too far ahead, Miyamoto announced that Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 are being remastered for the Switch and the Switch 2. Right?
Yeah.
So 1080p.
Yeah, so it's 1080p on Switch 1, 4K Switch 2. They added assist mode. They said they added an extra, like, chapter or something, so it seemed like there was going to be actual gameplay.
Yeah.
Content editions. You can buy them as a bundle for $70 or independently for $40 a pop. And that's an October release, early October.
I know $70 is like a big ask for games that are like 15 years old, but there's the other side of it where it's like, I'd pay $100 for Galaxy 2 at this point, because I've been waiting for Galaxy so long. I know it's a monkey's paw thing.
Ozzy, like, Doug Bowser's watching right now.
For so long.
Doug Bowser's
I've wanted to play that game for years.
He has my house wiretapped, Ozzy. Like, you just cursed us all. Galaxy 3 is going to cost $100 now.
Yeah.
With that said, we're expecting Galaxy 3 at some point now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's like, because I've asked this question a lot, Donovan, on the podcast. Like, where the hell do we go from Odyssey? Like, Odyssey is great, but, like, don't make an Odyssey 2. And I sat there and I thought about it, and I'm like, the game, that universe that would really fit this moment for Nintendo is an expansive Mario Galaxy game, right? Because, like, Galaxy is amazing in that that's a Wii game. Like,
yeah,
they actually were able to make a competent, like, stunning, like, extremely well designed Wii game, and like with the power of the Switch 2 and the power of DLSS, like, made from the ground up Mario Galaxy 3, I think would break the internet with an announcement.
Think about, like, an open Galaxy 2 and a Galaxy 3, but open world in the style of Bowser's Fury.
Yeah.
I want to point out that during the direct, they made a big deal about Rosalina's book, how it's going to have new entries in it for
Yeah.
both games. And then the last thing they show of it is her with this message that says, "And to those we will meet on the next journey, hello." That doesn't feel like an accident to have that be such a poignant moment. So, like, tinfoil hat on, yes, I think that is like the most glaring indicator of a Super Mario Galaxy 3.
And I like what you said about it being in the style of Bowser's Fury, Ozzy, because like that works perfectly with like the different planets and being able to like an open world that you navigate through the planets. I think that would be really interesting to see how they do that. Now, will Bowser show up with a heavy metal song and lava dropping everywhere? I don't know. But I did like that mechanic in that game, and I also like the giant kaiju cat Mario. But what this means is interesting for the future of the Mario franchise. But it does seem like, at least for next year, the movie, Galaxy 1, Galaxy 2, this Mario Wonder Switch 2 edition, those seem to be here's like the main line or the 2D, here's what you're getting from the Mario franchise. But then I was kind of right, Donovan. We did get a Mario Sports title announced.
We did, not the one we thought.
Tennis.
One that we ruled out specifically, yeah.
Tennis?
Yeah. Mario Tennis Fever.
Mm-hmm.
Again?
Is coming up. Yeah. It's we've officially rounded back to the beginning, so Sluggers has been kicked out of the rotation. I guess that's not happening anytime soon. Obviously, Mario Tennis Aces was a 2017 launch year game for Switch 1. I still think in the like upper echelon of that generation of Mario sports titles, but thought it was fine. This looks interesting though. This immediately to me looked way more ambitious
Yes.
than Tennis Aces. They've got like the wonder abilities in there. They've got like the racket. I think they called it Racket Fever or something, where the rackets have different abilities. Fever rackets. There you go. They had different like abilities to them. I saw like hazards on the field or on the court, and then at the end they just randomly throw at you. They're like, also adventure mode. All the characters get turned into babies, and then it's just a story mode. They're on the airship flying around using the rackets to like hit enemies and stuff. So seems like there's a lot going on with this one.
I don't understand what's going on, honestly. I'm not mad at it, but I was just like, okay. But yes, so you mentioned that there's wonder effects in this game, Donovan. Does that mean we're going to get to play as Elephant Mario in this game? Because that seems like a obvious thing.
He takes up half the court.
Yeah. I mean, they say I'm sorry, reading their official description, they say there's 38 playable characters in that game. This is a chunky roster.
Because
I can't wait.
Something I can say about that last generation of Switch sports games, Switch Mario sports games, is they scaled back on a lot of things, and that includes like rosters and like that sort of thing. It's like they kept going like, we're going to give you what you used to have in like the Wii and Wii U generations, and we're going to cut it in half. And like for tennis, they did a lot of that, and they put a lot of those characters behind the season pass, and it's like, that doesn't really do it for me. So the fact that they're coming out with like the biggest roster they have is good, unless you think about what if they're going to do the same thing they did with Mario Kart World.
Exactly.
It's like, are we going to get Stingby with a
No.
Parabilla Buddy with a racket?
Yeah.
Goombas?
Like who are we getting here?
Monty Mole? Like what exactly are we getting on the tennis court here? Yeah, I am concerned about that because Donovan, that is one of the biggest negatives of Mario Kart World is the roster kind of sucks ass.
Yeah. Given what they said about the adventure mode, I bet a lot of those roster spots will be babies. So there will be Mario and then Baby Mario. There'll be Baby Luigi, Baby Peach. That'll account
Daisy,
for like a dozen.
Baby Daisy, Baby Rosalina.
That sounds like it's going to be the defining trait of this generation of Mario sports games. It's going to be quantity over quality. More characters, but not necessarily good ones.
I can't wait for the character trailer for Coin Coffer.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
So when does Mario Tennis Fever come out?
February 12th, 2026.
That's right. It's the day before my birthday.
Yeah.
So thank you, Doug Bowser, for the early birthday present announcement. I was asking for Mario Maker 3, so I did not get that. But
I thought you said Mario Tennis Fever. Misunderstanding.
This was the last sports game I thought we were gonna get, but we were being like, I think, a little bit delusional with our predictions, Donnie.
Very wishful, very wishful.
We were like,
we wanted a game that didn't exist, which was American football.
yeah,
That was...
like Mario Gridiron Sports would have been cool. Like NFL Blitz with Mario characters and Mario power-ups.
Yeah.
We're going to keep banging the drum on that.
I thought Sluggers was realistic, though.
Yeah.
Because we haven't had a Sluggers in forever. Baseball is still popular. I mean, they just announced that big Mariners Nintendo Night thing.
Yeah.
I thought that was a real... And it could still happen, right? Nintendo's proven that they don't always have the rhyme or reason we think they do. That could very well be a 2026, 2027 thing, but I was really hoping for that. But this does look fun. They announced there's like a Trials Tower mode, which is like a single-player mode they've got on here. There's tournaments. It seems like they're going a little bit harder on content than Tennis Aces, but like Ozzy said, it could end up being quantity over quality, but we'll see.
Ozzy, we did not get Mario 40.
No, I'm a little sad about that, but it's still young. Apparently, this is the first of many Mario 40th anniversary related things that we're going to get. So there's plenty of time.
Is that so?
I don't think we're going to get Mario 40, though. I think that's done.
I feel like it's so easy, though. Just bring back Mario 35 and add 5 more people. How hard could that be?
They must not have liked the game because they killed it. Like, why would they have killed? Why did they take that game away from us?
I don't understand that. Like, especially when you have like the other 99 games that are still like kicking. Tetris 99 is still out there. F-Zero 99 is still out there. Why not keep Super Mario 35, alive?
While you bring up F-Zero 99, not a word about it during this direct. Its anniversary is tomorrow, September 13th, which is also Mario's 40th anniversary, so I understand. One of those franchises might be more popular than the other. I understand. But yeah, we got that Mario Tennis Fever announced. We had those Mario Galaxy bundle, or the two of them together. The Mario Wonder, what the hell are they calling this? They're doing that thing where they're just making these game titles absurdly long. So it's like Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Nintendo Switch 2 edition, plus something.
Meet up in Bella Bell Park.
Yes. So what? Is that longer than the Kirby title, TJ? Is that longer than Kirby and the Forgotten Land?
Ooh,
Switch
close.
2 edition plus Star Crossed World DLC? Like, what are they
Kirby
doing
and the Forgotten
here?
Land by itself is just such a ridiculously long title.
Yeah, like, we have character limits on our headlines, Nintendo, and in YouTube videos. Like, you can't... Yeah, chill with the whole plus whatever the hell. I love Wonder. So getting more Wonder content is great. I'm not mad about that. I'm not sure what the Switch 2 edition is giving us. Like, is that better resolution?
They say new content and enhancements. We saw some new game modes, some more co-op stuff. I don't think they've specified what the enhancements are, though. For this one.
Yeah. We did get 2 amiibo announced for Mario Galaxy. There's a Mario and a Rosalina and Luma's. An Luma, I think. So those look kind of cool. What else? We got that weird the talking flower thing. Do we know how much that costs yet?
I'm afraid to ask.
I don't believe we do. These details have been trickling in as the day goes on.
It's been strange. You know what? I get it. Like, prices are it's probably a moving target right now, and Japan prices might differ from American prices on these things due to tariffs.
Right.
But they're continuing this trend of not telling us how much stuff costs on these directs, and I don't like that. It's not informative. I wish they were more transparent about that stuff. We'll get to we'll get to an announcement.
They've been gun shy about that ever since the Switch 2.
Yeah, because honestly, Ozzy, they didn't know when they pushed publish on that YouTube video on April 2nd. They didn't know what the price was. They found out that morning. It was like $450. We're gonna go with that for now, maybe. And then it became this whole shit show of people arguing about the cost of things. But yeah, so we got like those were like the Mario games, right? We got the Galaxies, we got the Wonder, we got the Tennis Fever, which okay, but we also got a Yoshi game. with a talking
Yeah.
encyclopedia called Mr. E.
Yeah, that looks fun. I like the art style on that one a lot. Very storybook-esque, intentionally so.
Yeah, and I
Mhm.
mean Yoshi's story is like that. Yoshi's what was it, Epic Yarn or Woolly World? Like they always have,
It has an aesthetic.
yeah, and it leads to very cute amiibo. Also, there was like actually a yarn amiibo at one point before the Death
But
Stranding.
I have to groan at Mr. E. Like, oh, come on. Get
E
out
for
of here.
encyclopedia.
Where they're like a talking encyclopedia. I'm like, what? Okay, what is this game called?
Yoshi and the Mysterious Book.
Okay,
I don't doubt it's gonna be good though. It should be great.
not
Yeah.
mad, not mad at it
I
at
keep
all.
looking at like the characters and the animations have like reduced frame rates, and I'm like, wow, Nintendo, you really like Doll Man from Death Stranding 2, huh?
Yes, I noticed that too. Because like, Donna, you remember? I was like, is this on Switch? Because I saw the frame rate and I was like, oh, no, this is a Switch
Yeah,
2
yeah,
game.
something about it looked quirky. Something about it looked a little off.
Yeah, but I guess that's just part of the gameplay.
Mhm.
By design, yeah.
Okay. But yeah, the Talking Flower ships in the spring of 2026. Also, I just saw that on their press release.
I'm not camping outside the Nintendo store for that.
No, I don't blame you. I will buy it. I'll have it on my desk, and you guys will probably hear it during the podcast. Just say random shit, kind of like how I'm not even gonna say its name. The Apple voice assistant tends to interject at times.
Or will probably buy me one as a troll.
Yeah, I have another product that I think might be a better troll gift. We'll get to that later. We did get another look at Tomodachi Life Living the Dream. Because that was kind of like the Mario stuff, though. That Yoshi game kind of wrapped up the Mario part of it.
It was the last thing, yeah, for the Mario segment.
And, like, there was just, like... There was some stuff about the Nintendo Museum and, like, some events happening around it and, like, cool things that they're doing. But, like, it wasn't really... Those were, like, the big things. I'd say the Mario movie was probably the biggest news. Galaxy 2 coming to Switch is not that surprising. We've wanted that for a really long time. I am kind of surprised that like Odyssey, nothing, like not a damn
Nothing.
word about it. Are they trying to make us forget about Odyssey?
No.
Because it's all Galaxy now, Donovan. The movie's Galaxy, and this is the Galaxy games.
Yeah,
and,
but
you know,
they'll
the
get to
Odyssey
stuff.
team has kind of moved on. They're in DK land at the moment.
Yes, they are releasing DLC that costs $20.
We'll get to that.
Yeah. So yeah, Tomodachi Life Living the Dream. What was that trailer? Was that just showing us more of it?
Is this
More gameplay, they narrowed down the release window a little bit.
is Tomodachi Life just something that Japan really loves?
I think a lot of people love it.
It was big over here too. I remember being big into it when it came out. It was just the closed like Nintendo Sims. It was like Sims with Mii's, you know, and you could do all these weird, quirky stuff with them.
Okay, I'll buy that. It's not for me, is all I'll say.
Yeah, one of the few like applications of Mii's post Wii generation.
And it really lets you experiment with them. Like you could like make silly characters and have them interact. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
it was.
And they'd have like weird relationships. Like you would just like not pay attention. You'd look, and two random characters would be getting coffee, and like people would post walkthroughs of how to make like John Cena or Peter Griffin and stuff like that. It was its own little like ecosystem.
Do you remember the Satoru Iwata musical presentation where he's like singing about like video game releases?
Like I don't remember this.
There's some weird
this.
fever dream shit that comes out of this game. Is all I'm saying. Like it's Nintendo at its wackiest. So I'm here for it.
Very wacky.
And it's that cross generation release, so it's going to be on the Switch 1 and 2. I just think they should continue to use Mii's. Like I don't like that they've taken a step away from Mii's. Like bring back Miiverse, in my opinion. I just want to point this out. We still don't know what the hell this Nintendo Switch Online playtest thing is. Because it wasn't announced today. Like, what is that thing?
Don't know.
Very strange. Other thing I just want to focus on a couple other things we didn't get announcements for. Nothing about Splatoon. Nothing about Splatoon Raiders. Which I thought was kind of...
Isn't Raiders supposed to be this year?
I don't know.
I think that was 2025.
Maybe that's the delay that happened, Ozzy, because they swept that under the rug. So I'm just kind of curious, like, you know, that was something that people were talking about that we kind of haven't heard anything about it since. And let's just keep moving down the first party announcement trail. We did get a Donkey Kong Bonanza, DK Island, and Emerald Rush DLC. It costs $20. It's available right now. So within, 2 months? Yeah, 2 months of the game's release, we got a DLC.
Yeah.
That's interesting. We also got a free demo, which I think is actually a very good idea for that game. Because you're going to show people that first level, hopefully, Ingot Isle, right? And that really highlights, like, hey, if you like breaking stuff, this is your game. And I do like breaking stuff, and it is my game. I already bought the DLC, so I'm going to try to capture some gameplay after we do this podcast. But yeah, I'm intrigued.
I think it's an interesting idea. Like, I like the idea of like going around and bashing things and doing so in like kind of a time setting, and like it's like a time mode, but it's like got like little roguelite elements to it. I kind of like it, but $20 is a lot to ask for that.
It's a $70 base game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's $90 for the whole thing. That's a lot.
Well, not in comparison to this other announcement that I want to get to.
Oh, God.
So,
here we go.
You know, Nintendo Switch Online is known for its apps, right? Like, there are apps attached to this. There's Nintendo Switch Online on Nintendo Switch app on your phone. There's Nintendo Music, right, on your phone. Yeah. But there's also these launchable platform things on the Nintendo Switch. You can play NES games, you can play SNES games, you can play N64 games. The big announcement at the April Direct was Nintendo GameCube games, right? You can even play like Sega Genesis games and what was it? Game Boy Advance, right? Game Boy Advance games.
We got Game Boy Advance
and Game Boy games. So Nintendo is like, you know, we have a lot of iconic hardware. Let's not make any of that available to our subscribers. Instead, they announced Virtual Boy. And they had the nerve to give it the Nintendo Classics subtitle.
Yeah.
Are there any Nintendo Classics on Virtual Boy? No.
You have to be of a certain age to understand what a disaster the Virtual Boy was.
It sold worse than the Wii U. Like, everyone that thinks the Wii U is a failure? No. That thing was a failure. And yeah.
The Wii U didn't make you blind.
Or give you splitting headaches.
I've described it frequently as Nintendo's favorite torture device.
Why? So first of all, 14 games, all coming.
Yeah, all 14 that existed.
I hope to God they do not drip drop with this bullshit. I will not.
No.
I will not suffer through Virtual Boy reveal trailers for the next year. I am not going to be posting these to social media, Doug Bowser. How dare you?
Who asked for this? I want names.
Now, that's not even the worst part, folks. They created a fucking whatever the fuck that is, like an actual hardware device,
actual
peripheral,
boy.
Like a real peripheral, like a plastic bullshit. You slide your Switch. It's like a dock. It's like a virtual reality dock, but it still has the fucking tripod stand. Like every ergonomic disaster possible is there. Every possible thing that you hated about the Virtual Boy. All four of you that even remember this horrible device. Like, it's there. For $99.99.
And
are you out of your mind, Nintendo? Why?
Galactic Pinball.
How dare you?
Let's put it out there. And let's put it out there. You can't even play, according to what we've seen on the actual product site right now, you can't play the Virtual Boy games without the peripheral, from what it looks like.
No, because it's stereoscopic. Like, you have to have...
So you need either this $100 piece of plastic or you need a budget $25 cardboard version of this to even be able to play these games.
So I'm going to say one nice thing about this, and that's it. The Switch 2 in handheld mode supports 1080p, 120 hertz, right? That is a frame rate that would actually lend well to VR. 120 hertz is above that 90 hertz comfort level, TJ. Like a VR game that runs at less than 40 and less than 90 frames per second will make me want to barf. So at least at least the frame rate on the Switch 2 won't make you hurl.
Look, I like to say that games preservation means preserving all games, and that is more often than not like it's a test. Like when you see things like Bubsy coming back, it's like games preservation means preserving all games. When you see Gex coming back, it's like games preservation means preserving all games. And here we are again with the Virtual Boy.
The trailer for the Virtual Boy game, Nintendo Classic, says 14 games to be released over time.
They're gonna drip drop this?
No.
No.
Oh God.
This is dead on arrival. Like, who the fuck? Who is here? Who in the universe wanted this and is gonna buy a $99 device to have a drip drop of the worst software lineup in the history of Nintendo?
Oh man.
Who asked for this?
They're gonna release these all throughout next year, dude. It's gonna be like every few months.
Next year? It's gonna take years. They'll be like, every other month, here's a new Virtual Boy game. Because, you know, it's like the drip drop is not over, man. We're getting a drip drop on NES still. On we still, Steve Tominski, we still don't have Rad Racer on Nintendo Switch Online. We got Virtual Boy on Nintendo Switch Online before we got Rad Racer? Are you out of your mind, Doug Bowser? Shame on you.
Vertical Force.
And just to like give the uninitiated an idea of what it's like to deal with the Virtual Boy, like just sit at your kitchen table and imagine a device that's like 2 feet high that sits on a tripod in front of you. So you can't actually, it's not on a monopod, so you can't actually put it at the edge of the table. It's on a tripod, so you actually have to lean it in, which means that you need to lean into the device where you either have your hands on the controller above the table or below the table and just play like this for as long as you can, staring at red, blaring, horrible graphics.
Yeah, I remember the first time I saw previews of these games in Nintendo Power back in like the mid 90s. Even in magazine format, like this looked like a disaster. I was like, who is this for? Because it's all red. It looks butt ugly.
And like, yeah, you're hurting your eyes, you're hurting your shoulders and back, you're hurting your neck. You're like, that device could have been used as an actual like interrogation device to get information out of people.
It feels like that scene in Clockwork Orange where they're being re-educated. It's like the device used to re-educate people. Yeah.
There's a meme in there somewhere. I'm sure Greg will get right on that.
I mean, so we were all, the reaction to this trailer is actually up on our YouTube already, but like we were all very taken back by this. But like, I'll give Nintendo credit for one thing. This is trending today. People are talking about it. And I don't know if I've ever seen this many people talk about Virtual Boy ever in the history of mankind. So here we are. The other thing is,
well, a lot of that is younger people going, "What is this? What is
Yes.
Virtual Boy? And why are older people? Why are older people about to throw themselves off a cliff right now?"
well, like I just want to. I'm going on eBay right now because I just want to point out something about the Virtual Boy. A pre-owned Virtual Boy with the controller stand and Mario's Tennis is selling for $349 on eBay. So you actually have to pay more for a Virtual Boy on the secondary market than it costs to buy a MetaQuest 3S, which is like their, a brand new VR headset that launched last year that actually has a head-mounted display that doesn't force you to bend over and all this nonsense that like, Nintendo loves selling pieces of plastic to us. Like, I have the N64 controller, I have the SNES controller, I have the NES controller for Nintendo Switch Online. I even have the GameCube controller.
There you go.
No one asked for
Collector's
this.
market is a hell of a thing.
No one asked for this. But like,
Not a single person.
I don't know. Like, and like some of these cartridges, like they cost like $179 for Tetris.
Well, those guys got to be shaking their boots now.
See, and this is just good guy Nintendo coming through to make a underserved era of its history available to the masses at an equitable price.
Look, if you want to honor your history and all that, you literally have a museum in Japan. Put it in there.
It is.
And let anybody who's curious give it a look, and then have their regrets later.
They didn't make a giant one of those for their display. They have a giant Wiimote. They have a giant NES controller. There's no giant Virtual Boy. Like, this is just...
You haven't seen the museum.
No, I would know. I've watched every possible video on it. There is no... The Virtual Boy is there. The Ultra Hand is there. Like, all of their legacy products
are there.
Yeah, but no. There's not like, hey guys, come on over to the giant Virtual Boy demo where two of you have to stand on this platform to even look in the screen. Like, I don't know.
No, the Virtual Boy, that belongs in a museum, not on a store shelf.
I'm pretty sure
the nerve to call it classic. That's what really I found offensive.
I'm pretty sure that a person-sized Virtual Boy with that much blaring infrared at once would melt your face like the Ark of the Covenant.
Or it's like those infrared masks that people wear for their skin. I don't know, man. Who was that for? Who were they like, you know what? The people need this. But the nerve to call it Nintendo Classics. GameCube, that's a classic system. Hell, I would accept the Wii being classic. The fact that they did this before porting Wii games over to the Switch is...
That's what I said during the live reaction. I was like, they're like stalling so that they don't have to do DS or Wii, because those are like the ones that are in line to get the treatment next.
And I've seen the definition of classic kind of stretched, especially from Nintendo, because Nintendo's like, okay, the Game Boy is a classic. All right, fine. The Sega Genesis, okay, it's a classic. Fine. TurboGrafx 16, okay, we're kind of pushing it a little bit. Virtual Boy, no, get the hell out with that.
Yeah.
It just means older consoles as far as their program is concerned.
No, there's a word for that. It's retro.
They don't like that word.
Yeah, it has an association with it, clearly. It's even stoked debates here at Shacknews, so I could see why they...
Well, it's because the goalposts keep moving. It's like...
It's with the passage of time, you know?
Now GameCube's retro.
Yeah.
I think you have
we
to...
moved on from that. People are debating the Wii now.
I think we have to come up with a new term for, like, super old games then. Like, old school or something. Like, because... everything's retro. But how does one compare a GameCube retro game to an NES retro game?
I still remember Donovan turning to dust the day that they announced Kirby Air Riders. They're like, "Oh my god, Kirby Air Ride is 20 years old," and I just kind of watched them melt before my eyes.
I've gotten to that point now, where a lot of those games are hitting that 2-decade mark.
Melee. Another game that did not get announced is Smash 6. And
no, they're gonna wait for next year, the 25-year anniversary of Melee.
But also, Smashers just down bad as usual. Like I saw the Hopium yesterday on social media, and all these posts like, if Smash 6 gets announced tomorrow, I'll give one person who likes this tweet $1,000.
Saw a lot of those tweets, yeah.
There's so many of those, and I'm like, yeah, if they find if they find Jimmy Hoffa, I'll give everyone $1 million tomorrow. Like, it's absurd that they're expecting that. The expectations were very high for this direct.
Our Shack chat last week was about now that Silksong is out, what's the one game that you're going to keep hoping for at all these directs, and Smash is up there. It's always going to be Smash for a lot of people.
I'm not like desperately waiting for a new Smash. I'm not like, oh man, they're never going to make... Of course they're going to make a new Smash. That's like saying they're going to make a new Pokemon game. Like, of course they're going to. It's like these fucking hidden gems. Like, here are 3 games or franchises I'd love to see come back. Ice Climbers, Diddy Kong Racing, F-Zero. So obviously I'm wearing a Fire Stingray shirt. Like every Nintendo Direct, I am just holding out hope that we get some kind of an F-Zero thing. We didn't today, whatever. But like the delusion of the Smash scene this week was really something to behold. Like of course they're making a Smash 6. Let Sakurai ship the game that he announced already. And by the way, we're getting another Direct for Kirby Air Riders.
Yeah, we are.
That's kind of how I was hoping to segue with the whole Air Riders announcement. But like, yeah, what more do they possibly have to say about that game? Because like, we already got an hour Direct last time.
It was 45 minutes, but
what
yeah.
was there to say?
It was 45 minutes. And it was Sakurai. I think 5 minutes of it was Sakurai kind of just lamenting that he had to make more video games. The whole... He starts with a sigh. And he says, making games is hard.
Yeah.
So...
That's his cry for help. Like, please don't make me do another Smash game. I don't want to do Smash anymore.
He's going to do another Smash. And I'll say this about the future of Smash. It better have good online play. Because this is ridiculous now. Like, you can't have Smash 6 in 2025 without good netcode. Like, they're gonna have to do something right there.
I don't know. I feel like Air Riders is gonna be a good test of that.
Yeah. But Mario Kart World exists and has solid netcode. F-Zero 99 exists. Obviously, those are racing games, but like, there are fighting games. TJ, you play fighting games online quite a bit. Guilty Gear Strive actually operates online. Street Fighter 6 has a great online experience. Like, there's fighting games out there that now work online.
Yeah.
Whereas like Street Fighter 5 in that era, it was hit or miss until rollback kind of became the standard. I'm hopeful that it'll be Sora working with Bandai Namco and they can actually figure out a way to make a good online experience. Because to me, that's the value that they could add. Yeah, not a single GameCube announcement today. So
I'm still waiting on a lot of those games.
That's weird.
Had to get Virtual Boy out of the way first.
Yeah, Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
That is the what the fuck announcement of the entire day. By far.
And like, how long do you think they've had this planned?
Over a
Like,
year?
Imagine like how they must have felt like when the tariffs got dropped and they're like, oh god, they're gonna kill us with this Virtual Boy announcement. Well, we're in for a penny and for a pound now.
Yeah.
That's the most expensive piece of plastic they've ever shipped. And it has no... I don't think it has a dock in it. Does it come with the controller?
No, they want you to use the Joy-Cons.
They want you to use the Joy-Con.
It has to have some sort of electronic or connector element in it to warrant the fact that you need it to play the Virtual Boy games, right?
Everything I've read says you need the Joy-Cons.
But you also dock it. It has like a dock.
Yeah.
So there might be a USB-C thing.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was confounding and really a left turn that was not necessary during this direct. But like I said, it did go viral.
It's trending, Asif.
It is.
That's the important thing.
Honestly, is that not how these PR companies look at things? They're like, oh, well, yes, this is a stupid thing, but look at everyone talking about it. It's like, yeah, but is this really good publicity? Is all publicity good publicity?
That's what we've gotten away from. Is nobody grasps that anymore, that not all publicity is good publicity.
Yeah. And in this case, I just don't think it is. This is that Nintendo I was talking about in the last episode, Donovan. This is that, good enough. It's like, screw Donovan and his desire to play Pokemon games on Nintendo Switch Online. What he really needs to do is pay us $99 for a Virtual Boy he never asked for, so he can play 14 of the shittiest Nintendo games ever made. It's like, what? This is your move, Nintendo? That's strange.
Yeah.
Very strange. But they didn't give you nothing to get excited about, Tom. You got some Pokemon Legends ZA news here.
We had a couple of interesting and somewhat exciting Pokemon announcements, I'd say. So yeah, Legends ZA, they revealed technically 5 new megas. They revealed the 3 Kalos starters, so that's Greninja, which is one of the most popular Pokemon in existence now, Delphox, and Chestnut. They were all the starters in X and Y, which was the game that introduced Mega Evolutions. Now, all these years later, they're getting proper Mega Evolutions themselves. They look cool. I like the designs. They Greninja's like a water frog ninja. They give him like this huge like shuriken that he floats on. We see Delphox is like riding on the broomstick, and Chestnut's got more armor. What's interesting about this is that the Mega Stones, which are the items you get in game to Mega Evolve them, for these three Pokemon, you get through the online ranked battle system. So you're gonna have to like actually grind your ass off to get these. Like the casual player is not gonna be able to just like talk to an NPC or go to like a little trash can behind a store and just get these Mega Stones. You're gonna have to like beat other players for them, presumably multiple times. I don't think it's gonna be the first reward. We'll see. So I've seen people have been a bit divisive like about that because some people don't want to play ranked modes online. In Pokemon specifically, people get very deep in that bag of stats and meta and whatnot. So I'm curious to see how difficult it is to get those. I hope it's not too tough because that'd be a bummer if people can't access
But
them.
then we also got
Um,
a DLC announcement.
yes, which is strange. It's called Mega Dimensions. This is a DLC for Pokemon Legends ZA. They put out a trailer and they revealed Mega Raichu X and Mega Raichu Z. And I
Why?
saw Joe or Mega Raichu Y.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw Joe from Cerebi tweet out like the evolution tree now for Pikachu, where it's like Pichu to Pikachu, and then you have Gigantamax Pikachu from Sword and Shield. You have a Alolan Raichu from Sun and Moon, and now you have Mega Raichu X and Y for Legends. And it's got like double tails for one. One's got like the weird like lightning bolt antennas. They're very funky looking Mega Evolutions, but this is weird. Obviously they've done the X and Y Mega thing before. Charizard famously got Mega Charizard X and Y. Mewtwo got Mega Mewtwo X and Y, and now Raichu is joining that family. I think the DLC itself is super interesting the way they described it because it is essentially a follow-up to the end of the story. It's like a full-on story expansion. And they say that essentially mysterious dimensions start appearing within Lumio City, which is the city the game takes place at, known as Hyperspace Lumios. And it seems like this is just like some alternate universe or some like alternate dimension. Like you go in and there's like different versions of Pokemon. That's why there's this Mega Raichu that's not in the base game. So it seems like there'll be even more Megas. But I'm down for like a beefy story expansion. There is precedent for this because I believe they announced Sword and Shields, Isle of Armor, and Crown Tundra, I think they were called, DLCs before that game came out. Um, it is going to be $30, so
Whoa.
that's a thing people are gonna have to deal with. The previous Pokemon DLCs have been tagged on with the Nintendo Switch Online expansion. They didn't say anything about that here,
They didn't say that
so
word. I don't think they said
see.
expansion pack very often at all, except for the fucking Virtual Boy Classics thing.
Yeah, that might have been the only time. Yeah,
That's not encouraging. But yeah, $30? Announcing a $30 DLC before your $70 game comes out. That is a choice.
yeah,
And it goes back to Ozzy with the monkey paw curling saying he'd pay $100 for Galaxy 3. Well, you're paying $100 for Pokemon Legends ZA plus the DLC.
Yeah.
So inflation's here in the video game space, and it's not going away. Like if by some miracle these tariffs disappear tomorrow, do you think any video game company is going to lower prices?
no, yeah,
No,
Genie's out of
because
the bottle on
GTA
that.
6 is still coming.
Yeah, and like
Yeah,
obviously they spent hundreds of millions of dollars to build GTA 6. Who knows how much they're going to spend on the marketing campaign? Like they need to recoup that money. But yeah, like I think $60 games are gone. Like we're going to have $70 games, we're going to have $40 games, we're going to have $20, $50, $80 games. I don't think we're going to have many $60 games anymore.
And nobody will have learned any lessons from Silk Song, which is 3 developers selling a $20 game and doing damn well with it.
I don't know how big Team Cherry is these days. I would think they're bigger than they were when Hollow Knight came out, but maybe they didn't ramp up. Like Hollow Knight sold like 15 million units or something. So like, I'd say they had a lot of money to expand if they wanted to. I don't know how much they have or not.
And to bring that back around to this direct, we saw Supergiant and announce a 1.0 for Hades 2 and the Switch 2 console exclusive.
Yeah.
And like I feel like that game is going to do really well because they have all the goodwill from the first game and they've had over a year to get everything, all the kinks out from early access. I think this is going to do really well.
And
I think they're going to get a lot of that Switch player base.
And that's cross-generational, right? That's Switch 1 and
yes,
2?
it is also coming to Switch 1.
So that's a huge
Switch
addressable
1
market.
Yeah, Switch 1 is going to run at 720p 60 FPS, but like if you ever get the Switch 2, you can upgrade it for free, apparently.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm happy to see that Supergiant, like, they actually, their early access is better than most. Like, they actually are improving and they're communicating with their community while they're listening and they're like trying to make the best game possible. They take their time. But yeah, Ozzy, you nailed this prediction on your prediction video. You're like, it's going to get announced as 1.0 and it's going to come out in the next 2 weeks. And it's what, September 25th?
I think we're going to get to a point now where like for indies, like the Silk Song model is going to be the way to go, where it's like, it's ready when it's ready. And when it's ready, here it is.
It's
like,
also
we're going to get to that point.
120 FPS on Switch 2 and TV mode.
Can't wait to see that.
So that's cool. I want more 120 FPS games. Like I love that. Speaking of which, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond release date. We finally got it. I don't have to yell at Doug Bowser.
A prediction I didn't get?
Yeah, that's the prediction Ozzy got dead wrong. I edited his video, and as I was editing your video, I was just screaming at my computer screen. I'm like, no, they can't do that to us. That's not fair. It's been 8 years. Reggie announced Metroid Prime 4.
I thought that Nintendo would be perfectly content to ride out the rest of the year with Bonanza, with Kirby Air Riders, and with Pokemon. And no, it looks like we're getting Metroid on top of that.
December 4th. December 4th. And she's got a motorcycle, everybody.
She got a Tron cycle.
It looks cool as hell. Like I don't know what the hell this game is anymore, but I'm into it.
And we're getting a Tron cycle amiibo. How cool is that?
The amiibo looks sweet. God knows how much those are going to cost, but yeah, the amiibo look really good. I broke the amiibo habit like probably in the last 5 years, Ozzy, but like some of these are coming out, like the Kirby one, and I like the Donkey Kong one that they had.
It really looked like Nintendo was laying off on amiibos like towards the end of the Switch life cycle, and to the point that it's like, okay, amiibo aren't really going to be a thing anymore, and now they're just back.
Didn't Street Fighter 6 get some?
Again.
Didn't Street Fighter have some as well?
Street Fighter had some. Yeah, that was the first time where I was like, wait, we're bringing amiibo back?
Mm-hmm.
And like, yeah, they're back, and like the Street Fighter ones were like $40 a piece, and it's like,
the Hyrule, the champions from Tears of the Kingdom, those are just sitting on shelves, man. They're too expensive. Like people can't afford these, so God knows what they're going to charge me for the Metroid one, but I'm a sap. I'll probably buy it.
Oh, and if you are listening to this on the day we release it, Friday the 12th, the Street Fighter amiibo are on sale on Amazon. They're half off
already.
Yeah, down to $20, which is way more reasonable.
Yeah, that's the right price. But you know, I understand that these are some of them are made in China, some of them are made in Japan, and the tariffs are playing a role in the pricing of them. But I have kind of stopped buying amiibo for a while now. But there's still some of them that I'm like, ooh, I have to get that.
The Prince Sidon amiibo is down to $20 too. I think I want that actually.
Yeah, I don't know.
Come on, you're not a Prince Sidon fan?
Oh, I am. It's an expensive habit. Amiibo collecting is expensive.
They might find a way to integrate it into Hyrule Warriors. Segue.
That's a great segue. That's why you're the best in the biz at segues, apparently. Hyrule Warriors release date was that November 5th? 6th? 6th.
You have it on you, Donovan?
6th.
It was early November. It is November 6th. Age of Imprisonment.
So we get to play as Raru and Queen Sonia and Zelda and a freaking Korok, not Hestu, an actual little Korok, and you can use Zonai devices. So, like, apparently, the one that they kept showing us was the fan. I'm like, there's, like, freaking laser beam Zonai devices, right? Like, what? Are we really just going to show people the fan? But, yeah, I'm interested to see what the hell that's all going to mean. I think it's important to note, you can't play as Link in this game. I don't think that's going to be a thing.
No, because it's before Breath of the Wild, right? It's what's supposed to be at least in that story.
It's at the beginning of the Kingdom of Hyrule. The very, very
Yeah.
beginning. It's a magical moment in history. I'm into
Yeah,
it.
I'm talking about I keep talking about like the 4 games that Nintendo has planned, and I keep forgetting that Hyrule Warriors is on that list too. So that's 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have 2 weeks with Hyrule Warriors before Kirby Air Riders comes out.
I'm okay with that.
There's a lot of stuff in the new Hyrule Warriors that looks really fun. But like I'm really excited for their soundtracks because Koei Tecmo goes hard with the Nintendo music.
And Zelda music's like some of the best Nintendo music. They have a freaking symphony orchestra that was gonna tour the world, but then the Death Stranding happened. But yeah, I'm excited for that game because I liked Hyrule Warriors when it came out on Wii U, and then I kind of fell off of the franchise on the Switch, not because I didn't like the game, but it ran poorly. The first one and the second one was slightly better, but yeah, I'm excited to play this on Switch too. I want to know more about it, but yeah, it looks very cool. Dom, I did not realize this was announced. There's a Stardew Valley Switch 2 edition?
Yes, this was shown very briefly, but yeah, so they're adding mouse support, which is cool. It's an easier way to like sort inventory and manage it and stuff. They're adding game share to it, which is cool, and I believe 4-player split screen co-op.
Wow.
Which is neat. Yeah, if you've got like a family or partner or kids or relatives, people that you play with that you live with, that seems like a cool way to play the game. Not new content, but this will be a cool predecessor because Concerned Ape recently confirmed, I believe at a concert, that he's going to make a 1.7 update for Stardew.
Yeah.
So there will be another big batch of content at some point in the future. So it's cool that by the time that gets here, there will be a proper Switch 2 beefed up version.
Also important to note, it's free.
Yeah, which of course it is. You know, again, we keep talking about these indies, man, where it's like Silksong $20, Stardew came out 2016 and has still not charged a single dollar for any content they've added to that game.
Yeah,
the value is pretty cool, and yeah, you don't even think about it. Whenever they announce a new Stardew thing, you don't even ask if it's going to cost money because it never does.
No, but I think it's important to note because like you look at Nintendo charging $30 for that Pokemon DLC, and meanwhile, Concerned Ape with a box of spare parts in a cave is releasing free updates in 2025 for Stardew Valley while still working on the next game, right? So
a new video game, yeah.
It'll
awesome. Probably also be like $20 at most.
Yeah, but just awesome work by Concerned Ape. Excited to see that announcement. I was that in the hype reel?
It was like right before the hype reel. It got its own little 20 seconds, but it wasn't they didn't give too much time to it.
We did get a release date for Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade Switch 2, January 22nd.
I think it is interesting that Square Enix has come out since then and said, yeah, Nintendo Switch 2 is going to get the entire trilogy at some point. Now, it's not going to get it before PlayStation, obviously, but like the fact that they're going to get the whole thing is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And part of that initiative after Rebirth came out, remember when they were like, hey, we're going to stop doing this exclusivity thing. We got to get these games on all the platforms. So, yeah, it doesn't surprise me, but it's cool that we finally got a date for that.
We also got an announcement of Dragon Quest VII Reimagined.
Yes,
which
what
was
a fun, surprising announcement. Yeah,
that looked
I like that distinction, that the distinction between remake and reimagined, because they're two very different things.
Yes,
I mean they changed the title because the original is Dragon Quest VII: Fragments of the Forgotten Past. It was on 3DS. Right. Yeah, and this looks very cool. It's a cool translation of that art style. It's an interesting Dragon Quest to remake because it's definitely beloved, but it's not. I don't even think would crack the top 4 or 5 like iconic ones. You know, 8 is much bigger. Obviously, the original trilogy they're working through now. 4, 5, 6 are very beloved. But 7's like a very adventure focused game, and you see the ship, you see all those like young characters in there. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah,
Square Enix continues to just pump these games out on Switch.
One of our, I was going back to look at this one because I don't know anything about it, and we have a list of like the mainline Dragon Quest games ranked, and Lucas White calls it number 6 on the list. He said the original is a vast game for sickos.
It's known for being one of those games that like you're just unlocking new mechanics like 50 hours in. Like it's a very big, long game. So
That looks cool to me.
people who want to dig into like a grand JRPG adventure will have a feast with DQ7.
Yeah, they're did they announce a release date for HD 2D remake for 1 and 2? October 30th? Was that news?
Yeah, that was known.
Okay.
Yeah, we knew that.
They confirmed that again.
The big thing today was the pre-orders are now open.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. We got a Fire Emblem game coming.
That's exciting. That's exciting.
For you.
Fortune's Weave. Yeah. Well, for most of the world, man, Fire Emblem's big.
Yeah.
That was their one more thing.
I can't wait to see which new characters will end up in the Smash roster.
I hope they put some of the new ones in Smash.
They will 1000% do that.
They have a dude that shows up prominently in the trailer that straight up looks like Alucard from Castlevania.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that guy's going to be one of the picks. I'm certain of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This one also has some like sort of like arena angle to it.
Yep.
You're like, it's like almost like the Roman Colosseum. It sort of looks like.
Yeah.
And then it's got ties to three houses, as you pointed out, TJ, with that I believe is Sothis that pops up at the end.
You gotta think that was the one that bait and switched the Smashers the most, right? When they showed that arena at the beginning of the trailer. I'm sure there was like 4 Smashers out there that were like, it's happening. And
maybe. Yeah. Well, the thing is, Nintendo has now set the precedent that any trailer that seems like it's for a specific franchise could end up being a Smash trailer, right? You know, I'll never forget the Inklings chasing each other for like 2 minutes and then looking up and seeing the burning Smash logo
the
in the
logo
sky.
in their eye.
Yeah.
Iconic reveal.
That to me, that's like a top 3, maybe top 2 or 1 video game reveals ever. So yeah, I mean, anything could be a Smash reveal. So yeah,
they're always going to be out there hoping for it. But I would say let's hold off until Kirby Air Riders ships before we start claiming that. I do think that this time it will be Kirby that is used for the reveal. Because
could be yeah.
This is the year of Kirby. I'm declaring it. This is the year of Kirby now. Maybe it's next year's the year of Virtual Boy, but
no,
yeah. Virtua Fighter 5 Revo World Stage got it. I guess they announced crossplay for it with Switch 2, so that's cool.
Yeah, this is actually having a beta this weekend. That's going on in. I think it's on PC. PS5, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch, and I think it's got crossplay.
Yeah,
for all of them.
So that's cool.
So, the big thing there is that they rebalanced the character. This is an extension of the version that came out on PC this last year, which they've improved upon the netcode, and then they've extended. But that was just on PC, so they've now extended that to all platforms.
Interesting. What else? Requiem? We got confirmation that Resident Evil Requiem is coming to Switch 2.
That was a surprise to me because this wasn't just Capcom going, okay, it's coming to Switch 2. Here's like a quick 5-second teaser or whatever. No, they had a full-blown trailer with additional lore and everything. You have a lot more about the story now, and it happened during a direct.
Yeah.
It did not happen during one of Jeff's shows. It did not happen during Capcom's TGS, which I'm sure we'll get something there.
Sure.
But the fact that they had something fully prepared for a Nintendo Direct feels significant.
Yeah, and we got 7 and 8 also announced. So
yeah,
if you like pooping your pants, boy, Capcom is ready.
Yeah, they have 7 and 8, and they're not cloud versions. Thank God.
No, that those days are. I'm not gonna say they're over, but I think that the Switch 2 is powerful enough to port these games, so they're going
that
to.
That was an unfortunate chapter in the Switch's history.
Here in America, it was like in Japan, Ozzy, with the internet speeds that they have, cloud gaming is actually viable for single player games, not multiplayer games. For the love of God, Destiny 2 on Google Stadia is like one of the worst ideas ever. If that was actually a thing that happened, folks, is the #1 Google Stadia influencer on the internet, self-proclaimed. They're
Can't wait for Google Stadia to come to Switch Online.
Still no COD.
No.
What is going on there?
Same as last time, Austin. I don't think we're getting it for a while, for a long time, if ever.
10-year agreement Where is it? It's been years.
That has, yeah.
COD has its own problems at the moment.
I know it does, but I'd like to see those problems come to fruition on the Switch too as well. They promised. They said 10 years of support. That was a huge part of Japan approving the deal. The Activision Blizzard acquisition by Microsoft. They had to sign that piece of paper saying 10 years of support for Nintendo platforms. It's been like 3 or 4 years. TikToks? What's going on here, Satya Nadella? I don't even talk to Phil Spencer anymore. He's just a jaboofer. But Satya Nadella, come on, man. What's going on? Because that would be the funniest thing ever. I'm going to say it again. If they cause the divestiture or a breakup of that deal over the Switch port of COD, that would be like the funniest thing ever. That'd be funnier than releasing a Virtual Boy Nintendo Classics app. But yeah, no Microsoft. Like they're not around. We're not hearing about I don't know, what the hell does Microsoft even have this year? Gears of War, right? Like that came out on PlayStation. Like Microsoft and Sony are playing more nice than Nintendo and Microsoft right now. And based on hat in hand Phil Spencer from a year ago, you would think there would have been more discussion about that. But I think
although we didn't see it here at the Direct, but we did find out earlier a few months ago that Indiana Jones is coming to Switch too.
Yes.
It is going to say, yeah, sure.
But that's ZeniMax, right? That's like a separate vertical. Like what I'm getting at is I want to play Halo on a Nintendo console.
You want that Halo Master Chief Collection on Switch too.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be awesome.
I very much would like that. And I would buy it again. Like, I own it on Xbox, and I play it on PC or whatever. But, yeah, they actually got it in a good condition, as opposed to Infinite. So, yeah, like, I would like to play some Xbox games on my Switch. 2. Not the Switch 1. But I just thought it was interesting. Like, not a single Microsoft game shown at this Direct. Seems intentional. I also think that Nintendo doesn't like the Xbox ROG Ally Xbox X, whatever the thing's called.
I don't think they like any of these Switch clones. Why would they?
So like, I think that there's something's going on between with that relationship right now, and I don't think we know the full story yet. But I'm gonna be the one pounding the table for COD on Switch 2, and then when it does come out, I'm not going to buy it because I don't like COD. I just like trolling people about this because it's just funny that they have a 10-year agreement and we're years into that and nothing. They showed like half a second of EA Sports FC, FIFA, the artist formerly known as FIFA. We did see like a little bit of gameplay from that. It doesn't look bad. That seems to be the trend here, really. Donovan, is like sports games coming day and date to the Switch 2 and not looking that bad.
Yeah, they're perfectly fine. Yeah,
which is cool. There's a free demo for Persona 3 Reload on Switch 2 that got announced. It's out now.
Great video game.
Yeah, that's a banger. I would like to see Metaphor come to the Switch 2. I think that'd be mighty fine.
Yeah.
That would have to be like a special edition, though, right? Like a...
That'd be my bet. Maybe next year we get like a Game of the Year edition or the Royal edition or something, since it's like Kings and stuff. And then that'll be
the Fall of Capitalism edition. Yeah, they could do all sorts of things there. That'd be cool.
We saw the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, and we got a release date coming late October. And
there you go.
You're going to be able to use Game Share with it and share with your friends and play with them. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Game Share kind of is. You know what I didn't hear them say once during this Direct? Game Chat.
They showed the only thing tangential to Game Chat was with the Overcooked 2 update. They showed that you can do the faces over yourself in Overcooked when you run around the kitchen.
That's cool.
Which is a nice feature for Overcooked to have for that kind of game.
But dedicating 3 gigs of RAM to that service on your system might be a mistake.
Swing and a miss, if that's what you're saying.
I'm saying it. I'm saying that Game Chat is kind of a miss. But when it does work, it is charming. We enjoyed it. Like, when we stream Mario Kart, it is fun to use it. To see
I like using it when I play Mario Kart with you guys. I like being able to see where you guys are in the world and
on the map.
And who hit me with that red shell.
Yeah, exactly. But the gameplay at the bottom of the screen, like that's not the selling point of that feature. So I think it's one of those Nintendo decisions that I don't think it's playing out like they thought it would. Which, just have to call them out when they miss. But yeah, this is a pretty exciting direct. Like,
There's one game that we didn't mention that was announced that we have to talk about at least a little bit, which is Pokemon Pokopia.
Of course. How can I forget of this terrifying reveal of a game, which is like a Ditto that turns into a humanish kind of looking.
What a genius concept! I love it.
It is. On the surface, Pokemon's Dragon Quest builders, their Minecraft, their Stardew, all kind of melded into one, which again, on the surface makes a lot of sense. But in the execution, you play as a Ditto who turns into a human, which is very creepy. And the thing Ditto does do in the anime, but it's creepy because he still gets the like dot eyes and the like long smiley face.
Yes, very
It was
creepy.
also one of the twists in Detective Pikachu, the movie.
It was,
he has a Ditto that turns into a human, and he looks creepy as hell.
Yes.
Yeah, but then they take it a step further because Ditto goes full like Skrull and can like use different moves from Pokemon, which is not a thing Ditto does.
Ditto. He can learn moves.
Yeah, but usually Ditto would just turn into a Bulbasaur and do Vine Whip. This one, it's like human arms are turning into vines, and then it's like grow the plant. I spit the water out like Squirtle to grow the crop. I know, TJ, you were big into what this one was showing off.
The vomiting of the stool.
There's a part where you craft a stool, and then Ditto just shoves it into its mouth as a person, and then wanders over to a picnic table and vomits it right back out where it wants it. And I just thought,
weird.
What a creepy concept. I love it.
Yeah.
It's really unsettling.
Humans, we don't carry enough stuff around in our mouths, apparently. Ditto, innovator, apparently. That game creeps the hell out of me, Donovan. That's why
I really wish I could just be like a Pokemon trainer. I was like, I feel like we overthought this, but it's that quirky Game Freak. Koei Tecmo is making this game, by the way, in association with Game Freak. But I do think, jokes aside, it'll be big. It's a Pokemon farming sim. You can make houses for Pokemon. They showed all the fan favorites, Charmander's in there, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, but even like newer ones. I saw like a Drillbur in there. Hitmonlee, I think, was in the trailer. You can make houses.
Scyther.
You can plant Scyther. You plant crops, grow them, get fruit and stuff, build farms and all that. I think it's going to be very big.
We've learned from games like Disney Dreamlight Valley that if you put a giant license and make a cozy game out of it, you can take it to the bank.
Hello Kitty Island Adventure is a good example of that.
Yeah.
That game's great.
Wow, I love that game.
This is going to make stupid money.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I get why this game exists, but it does it definitely creeps the hell out of me. Like, I'm like, that's a weird premise, but like, it's gonna be huge. I'm an Animal Crossing fan, so like, we are so many years removed. Like, we're gonna be 6 years removed from Animal Crossing when this comes out, right? So like, I'll play Pokopia.
I'm going to go as far as to say that's my most anticipated game of next year. I cannot wait to play this.
That's wild. That's a wild statement.
Look, I'm looking forward to this too, because I do also love farming sim games. As much as I love the Pokemon franchise, I have to point out the irony of them doing an Animal Crossing clone, Stardew clone, whatever you want to call it, clone, given how litigious the Pokemon Company International is with their mechanics and features and the way those games work. And TJ just read an article this week about them patenting summoning creatures and making them move out in the free space and whatnot. And we saw them take what's the people that made Pal World, taking Pal World to the bank and making them remove like the balls that you throw, and then they're just like, here's Pokemon Dragon Quest builders. It's a bit ironic.
Yes, extremely. But that's the attitude of the Pokemon Company right now. Like, they're like, we're gonna release a $70 game, we're gonna announce $30 DLC, and you're just gonna accept it. And it's gonna run like shit on Pokemon, Switch. So you better buy the $450 Switch too, or buy the bundle, you idiots. Like, it's an abusive relationship at this point. The Pokemon Company and their fans, like, it's rough. But that is definitely
to see the price tags at the Pokemon Center.
Oh, I know. All those plushies, man. Like, they're printing money over there. And I think that game's gonna be huge. I agree, Dom. I think it's gonna like do extremely well, and it's coming at a time where they're like, yes, people are still playing Stardew. People are playing Disney Dreamlight Valley. People are playing all sorts of games. Sorry, go ahead.
One more detail about this game that I saw in the press release. They didn't really highlight it in the trailer. The game works similar to Animal Crossing on a real life day to night cycle.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the Animal Crossing thing where it's like where it's 10 p.m. in real life, the sun goes down in the game. I thought that was really interesting because that's an important distinction between this and something like a Stardew or a Minecraft, which have their own internal like 20-minute day night cycles.
Ozzy has a plushie on screen
Slowpoke.
right now.
Oh, it's like a hand puppet.
Yes.
Slowpoke. Yeah.
Slowpoke hand puppet. Look, it's adorable. I'm not gonna argue. I know there's like 1,000 plushies that they're working on right now. Pokemon is one of the most valuable entertainment franchises on Earth.
I think might be the biggest. And again to mention, next year is the 30th anniversary, so all of the shenanigans are only about to multiply. Yeah.
Pokemon Worlds is coming to San Francisco. You got Pokemon Day, February 28th, right? So you have ZA.
There's
end of
more
February.
coming.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Pokopia though, I'll play it. I am so not a Pokemon like stan. Like I'm not the one who's like always playing the mainline games, but all the random bullshit that they do, I find fascinating, and I'll at least try it. Like Unite has legs, right? Like that game is still viable.
Nice, huge. Oh yeah.
And then I'm interested in what they do with Champions. I was surprised we didn't hear anything about Champions today.
And look, like they don't always hit. Like I'll be the first to admit that the new Pokemon Snap wasn't necessarily as good as the original.
Yeah,
but at least it gave it a shot.
But then you have like Go, which is still the most popular Niantic game, and they've tried to capture that lightning in a bottle for years now.
They tried that free to play puzzle game that more of a swing and a miss.
And then there's the one that teaches kids to brush their teeth. There's the one that you apparently you sleep with Pokemon now, apparently.
Oh yeah, Pokemon Sleep. I haven't downloaded that yet.
Does Bucky sleep in your bed? Complete tangent. Does Silo?
No, she has her own beds.
Okay.
Well, she sleeps in the bed if I'm not there. Actually, she's really picky about it. If I'm there, she won't. If I'm not there, she will.
Just waiting for Papa to come home.
Also, Bucky loves to sing.
No, she just doesn't want to share.
Oh, okay. That's fair. That's like, this is mine now. Okay, got that. Territorial. The mayor. She's kind of like the mayor of your household. Interesting. Sorry, little actual pets, not pocket monsters that we're talking about there. So I have to ask you guys, how would you rate this on the Jeff Keighley scale? That's letter grades.
It's letter grades. I'd go B. I'll jump in first. I go like a B. I thought it was a pretty good direct. I liked it a lot. I was excited about a lot of announcements. I was surprised by a handful of things. I have multiple games I'm looking forward to now that I wasn't yesterday. Yeah.
I would say A- because there's a lot of stuff that I'm really excited about, but man, some of these prices are like, you're asking a lot. You're pushing it.
TJ, what do you think?
I'm gonna go A- because there was like stuff that we were waiting on confirmations for that we finally got, like Metroid Prime. We got new things that I'm interested in, like Pokopia, and then it was kind of like there was some comedic stuff in there. Like the Virtual Boy is gonna be probably one of the funniest things I've seen all year, just because why?
You know what? Oddly enough, it might win biggest surprise of 2025 at the Shacknews Awards, because none of us saw that coming. Although Pokopia was also a surprise. Yeah, I guess I'd give it an A- just because of the Virtual Boy. Otherwise, I'd give it an A. Because like I think I've been complaining about the Metroid Prime 4 Beyond release date since we started this podcast, Donovan. So like,
yeah, we
finally got a resolution to that story arc here. It's December 4th, and boy, am I excited, because that motorcycle looks cool as shit. I think like the third-party stuff that we saw today, Hades 2, Final Fantasy 7 Remake Intergrade, like those are cool. I am happy that Tomodachi Life exists still, so that's neat. I'm gonna buy the Talking Flower. We gotta look at the Mario movie. They let off with it. Miyamoto was there. Seeing Miyamoto on screen, it always makes me happy. He's just such a charming, joyful human being, and kind of like He's taken the role of, I think, Satoru Iwata in a lot of ways in these directs, these big, important directs.
You're about to get more Suika game.
We are getting more Suika game, Suika World.
Yeah, Suika Game Planet.
We got that Mario Tennis. So yeah, I think there's a lot there that I'm excited about. Nothing that was like weird, like, or like I felt out of place, like.
Let's clarify that,
other
because
than the
there was
Virtual
plenty
Boy.
of weird.
I mean,
Like Pokopia is weird.
yeah, but like that didn't surprise me that we're getting like another Pokemon game of some kind. Like I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But Donovan kind of broke down how ironic it is that they're doing that. But it didn't. Nothing about this, like, Ozzy, you were like, they're gonna delay Metroid. Like that would have knocked this down several points if they like included a delay announcement in this. Like they didn't. I think that's the most impressive thing in this year in these times where so many games are slipping. Nintendo announced a slate of launch titles in this year for the Switch 2, and they're gonna deliver all of them. I think that's a big deal for at least staying true to the expectations of your system. So I applaud them for that. I think the Mario movie looks delightful. So I want to see more of that. I need to know more. But yeah, like all in all, A- for me. I would have given it an A if it weren't for the jump scare of Virtual Boy. That was striking and shocking. And also, if you watch my reaction in real time, like I recorded it, we already uploaded it. I thought like we were maybe getting
it. It's great.
I thought maybe we were getting like a Rob the Robot like thing, and that would have been like if we got a Gyromite in the year of our Lord.
Are we really that far away from this at this point?
But seriously, like if we had a Gyromite announcement today, and Donovan, do you even know what Gyromite is?
I don't know what that is now.
Gyromite is a game that was created for Rob the Robot. Rob the Robot was a peripheral for the NES that they put with the system so that they could get it into toy stores back in the 80s. It was literally conceived. It had these, what the hell were they, like spinning tops, and like literally Rob would control a second controller. Rob was like a co-op player for you, and he would move between A and B, and A and B on an NES controller would determine what gates were open or closed in this game Gyromite. A Gyromite announce would have been like the opposite. I would pay whatever they want for a new robotic operating buddy. Like, I love Rob. Like, Rob has a very special place in my heart. So, like, the jump scare to go from, oh man, is that Rob's head, to, oh my god, that's a Virtual Boy? That was, yeah, that's why I give it an A-. But yeah, on the Jeff Keighley scale, A- from me. But I think, yeah, we're all kind of on the same page. Yeah, exciting times to be a Nintendo Switch fan and a Nintendo Switch 2 player. I want to check out this Donkey Kong Bonanza DLC, and obviously F-Zero 99's anniversary is tomorrow, September 13th. So I think I'm going to stream that. I think I'm going to stream that a little bit tomorrow to celebrate. Cool. I think we did it, right? That's everything? We didn't miss anything? Yep. If we did, let us know. 2 episodes in 1 week. This is the second time we've done this. So this was episode 16 or 15 point some decimal. I don't know. I don't know how to do fractions of, was it 5/7, whatever that is.
Oh god.
Episode 15 and 5/7. Because next week will be 16 still. No, I don't know. Anyway, TJ, you let me know. You named the show to begin with. Cool. Well, thanks, guys. Great job covering it as always, and then happy to do an extra episode for the folks at home. Just a reminder: we are not going to ever monetize this show on YouTube, because I saw what people go through if you try to watch this entire show with YouTube ads. It is a horrible listening experience, and we're not going to do that. So hopefully you'll stick around, hit the like, follow, and subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Take care, y'all.